it's not really working very well. I need more water. Where's my water? Do I have any water? Oh my God, I bet you I don't. I bet you I don't. Yep, empty. Knew it. What do I have? Do I have anything water-wise I could use? Well, I've got some. Okay, wait, hang on. I'll be back in a sec. Hang on. Just hang on, everyone. I'll be back in a moment. Please talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Let's do this. Everyone's like, yo, what's going on? Where is everyone? There we go. Try that. I never know what to do. Listen to this. That's my dry ice. I get food delivered, and I always get this dry ice with it. And it always reminds me of like the hilarious House of Frankenstein, or when they did the old SG-1 Stargates. They used to put like this in buckets when the Stargate rotated and stuff. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to have a little bit of that here today. So it comes to keep the food cold, right? But I always love putting a bit of water on it and then just like playing with it. Is there something else I can be doing with it? Something slightly maybe more productive or science-like, do you think? Than just pouring water on it and creating hilarious House of Frankenstein effects. Dry ice, yes. Hi from Detroit area, Michigan. Elizabeth, how are you? Detroit, you share a skyline with Windsor. My mom used to live there. Who else we got here? Candace, hello. Oops. Candace, Lotus, Eric, I Nocturne, Gary, Rebel Time Lady again, Laura Richards, G Cloud. Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Yep, another burn and learn. Gotta say, had to do it. The guilt. I guess more. Are we ready for Into the Cloud? Woo! Yeah. It's kind of fun. It is freezing cold here. Literally freezing cold. It is actually currently hailing, snailing, like kind of a hail snow. I've walked the dog. I've done my 26 minutes today. I overdid a little bit on my elliptical. 13 backwards, 13 forward, and I'm proud of it. I don't know why. It's so pathetic. But, these are my burn and learn. These are my feeble attempts to stay fit and alive, to spend my golden years with my fabulous, brilliant, beautiful wife Jane and my son and my wretched mutt that's sitting out in the rain. Za, why don't you come in? Look at this idiot. Look at this. This is my dog. Check this out. What is she doing? What are you doing? Aren't you wet and miserable? It's the dog. It's my dog, crazy dog, from the prairies. I think she quite likes the cold and the wet. I don't know why. It's inspirational, is it? I don't know. I'm in Toronto, yes, Skylar. But am I? Or am I in the Antarctic with the frozen tundra blowing smoky steam at me from my food delivery? Am I quiet? Am I very quiet? Oh, is it this? Yeah, is this mic not working? Let's have a look. Keep the weather, okay. How is that sound-wise? That sound okay to everyone? I always have sound issues. It drives me freaking nuts. Why is technology so difficult? Why do I have to Zelenka it every time? Just across the lake from me. That's right, Candace. Damn right. It's inspirational. That's good, Elizabeth. I'll tell you. Today I put it off. I really did put it off. I did the walk. I came back. I was like, I just want a cup of coffee and to settle in. And then it's kind of cozy actually out here in the lab. What should I call this place? Kind of Canardian lab, Canardian cave. I gotta come up with a good name for it. And I've also got to insulate it at some point. Although right now, well, I guess it's not that cold. I got the door open too because I just want some air in here because God knows you don't want a great sweaty nerd like me staggering around there without a door or a window open. Anyways, keep the weather down there. Like it just being cloudy here in Northern Ontario. Yeah, well, we got some weather here. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. They're talking about freezing rain and stuff. My dog's going to be a little frozen crust outside if she doesn't get smart enough to come in. Zaw, why don't you come in? You want to come in? She loves this door because she could open it herself. There you go, baby. Why don't you come in here? Oops, I keep dropping the phone. Sorry, this is really exciting. You're freezing cold and covered in wet snow, you dumb thing. All right, so maybe it's just the stone floor is too cold for her. I have to put something down for her. Anyways, so Burn and Learn today. I have been reading my amazing Cyber Spies thing. Oh, wait a second. I should not be using that, should I? I wonder if that's what it is. How's that sound now? How's that doing for the sound thing? Oh my God, it's always just so ridiculously, always so bad at this stuff. Okay, let's go to here. All right, pardon me, turn that off. So it has no choice. It has to use the little microphone that I'm using. There you go. Everyone likes the sound. Rebel Time Lady specifically, which is good. It is a cute doggo, I know. Do you want her? Okay, Burn and Learn today. I was going to be doing my Cyber Spies. I've been listening to that like forever. I just got a new, oh my God, my favorite podcast of all time is the Dark Web Diaries or Darknet Diaries. Jack Resider. Oh man, the latest one is just awesome. Oh, more smoke. Yeah, get the dry ice going. I love this stuff. Someone give me something I can do with this. Someone give me something sciencey that I can do with a bunch of dry ice. I get this stuff with my food delivery. I usually just end up putting it in the sink and making the kitchen into like a spooky disco. And but I'd love a good project to do with it. I should probably look it up. I suppose that would be a little less lazy of me. Dog's outside again. She's nuts. Now she's eating the snow. That's what she does, or the snail, or whatever they call it. But today I got distracted because if any of you get my email of awesomeness or listen to the audio awesome, you should, if you don't, go over to techbandits.org and sign up, please, because then you can come and join my science, technology, engineering, arts, and math adventures. You don't have to read it, because I read it for you. So one of the things that came up the other day was this densified wood that I was I don't know why it really took my fancy. And it turns out I'm not alone, because was it Nile Red, or whatever his name is? Great kid, great nerd, doing cool stuff. He did a whole like hour-long YouTube video about densifying wood and then shooting bullets at it and stuff. And oh my God, I wish I had his life. It's so much fun. One day, the Canardian lab will be doing that stuff too. But it was just kind of neat, because I'd literally like a week or two ago, I'd written about this article that had caught my attention in Nature magazine, and the same thing. It's just so funny to watch another nerd, this time a big giant YouTuber and stuff, who'd read the article and had been so inspired to go and spend like 6,000. Wouldn't it be amazing to have that kind of money as a kid? Can you imagine that? Just like any project you want to follow, you just do it because you've got an audience. I'm so jealous of these people. Jealous, and also, I'm proud of them in a way, because they've done an amazing job. In a way, acting was always about just trying to get a job. You know what I mean? You did your auditions, you met the people you're supposed to meet, you shook hands and did the work and showed up on time and knew your lines and all that kind of stuff. That's all you could really do. But these guys, and these guys and gals and everyone in between, they're doing these amazing channels that they've had to do everything. They've had to write them and direct them and produce them and star in them and market them and distribute them. And it's just like, wow, what a great bag of skills that is. Anyways, is it Nigel? Is that his name? Rebel Time Lady? His name is Nigel? Nile Red. There you go. Yeah, Nile Red. It's fantastic. It's just great. Dry ice experiment, Candace. Yeah, bring it on. Make a remote control air balloon using dry ice. Oh, I like the sound of that. Okay, I'll look into that, Gary. That's very good. Here's a question. Does it save the chat? When this gets saved to YouTube, does it save the chat? Can I go back, or should I be making notes? Because if I am supposed to be making notes, I should bring a notepad, because I can't use my phone because I'm using it to talk to you right now. Anyways, real name is Nigel. Okay, cool. And he's Canadian, apparently. So he's a Canadian kid. I'll have to look him up sometime. Anyways, so he had a whole hour-long special on how he bought this special press that could heat the wood, and then he could press it. And the problem was it was spreading out, so it wasn't getting that nice densified thing that they'd done in the nature thing. And just, again, wonderful, iterating, scientific process, failing, and then not getting put off by that, but realizing that's just something else that doesn't work. It was great. It was great. So I spent my entire Burn and Learn learning through Nile Red's eyes about this densified wood, which was just really fun, because it's just fun seeing something that you've read. I read this very dry Nature article about it, I mean, not the whole thing, but I sort of flicked through the article just to get a sense of what was going on. I usually get through like the abstract and then dive into a couple little things here and there that I feel like my little brain can understand. But it was just really cool to see this kid taking it and making something out of it. Like actually, he took that stuff and it became an active rather than a passive thing. And I feel like so many times with YouTube, it's very easy to get this illusion of knowledge where you watch something and you go like, I know how to do that. I know how to do karate. I watched someone do it. And, that's just until you get in there and do stuff, you don't, it's it's that 80-20 thing, right? You can get 80% of the way there. It's that 20% that makes the difference between knowing something and it just being, just a useless waste of time. Anyways, more dry ice here. Woo! Yeah. Okay, hi. I don't know what if it saves chats. I'm not sure either. Have you watched any of William Osman or Michael Reeves? Yeah, Michael Reeves. Yeah, Mad Engineers. I love the Mad Engineer stuff. It's just great. That's like, that's Doctor Who, right? Hey, Hadron Collider. Wow, takes 5 years to cool down. Wow, I think I might take that long too after my exercise. I have the same half-life as a Hadron Collider. Hey everyone, hope you're all having a good day. Johnny Wednesday, thank you for spreading the joy. Have you watched the Hacksmith on YouTube? Yeah, no kidding, Sean. I've hung out with him. He's like I would consider him a friend. I freaking love him. He's like, talk about an inspiration. That guy is selling engineering like nobody's business. Y'all love his stuff. Absolutely. In fact, everyone stop watching this and just go to the Hacksmith and subscribe right now because he's the freaking best. James rocks. Yeah, I've been very, very fortunate. He's invited me to go up and I've looked through his incredible Hacksmith Industries thing. I'm really hoping there's something we can do together because it is a kid nerd dream there. Nerd of any age for that matter, but Hacksmith is amazing. Oh, you've got to check out Hacksmith. Absolutely. I bought one of his screwdrivers, handy as heck. Oh, screwdrivers. I've got his, I have his tape measure. I have one of his lab coats. Oh my God, they're the best. Or work coat or whatever it is. I'll wear it next time. I'll bring it in and I'll wear it on my next Bird Alert. What else do I have of his? Oh, you know what I have of his? Oh my God, of course. I'll get it for you. Hang on 2 seconds. I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Check this out. This was a gift from the Hacksmith. It's one of his lightsabers, like one of his functioning lightsabers. Hey, what happens if you heat up dry ice? Does that work? Does that work at all? Is that going to be a problem? What if you could heat that up? Like, it doesn't want to light upside down. It doesn't want to light. Oh yeah, it doesn't want to go upside down. I see. So it turns itself up when it goes upside. But check this out. How awesome is that? Hard to see, but I put this behind me. It's quite a rockin' flame. Anyways, so that was a gift from the Hacksmith. Very, very kind of it. You can put different things in for different colors, so different metals will burn different colors. It's really cool. I use it a lot for. It's great for just hanging around here because there's always a thing you need a lighter for, and it's just kind of cool to go for a lightsaber instead of a lighter for any of these things. Ask them for functional Stargate. Yes, Max, actually, that's something we actually talked about. So we'll see. Again, I don't know how functional it'll be, but I know how functional it'll be. Knowing him, there will be something functional about it. Oh, look at that. I don't even need the dry ice. It's so cold in here. Oh my God, it's going to be hell. This is going to be the most hellish lab for me. Oh my God. I'm doing a lot of streaming from inside, I think. I'm already getting cold. Real Stargate would be fun. He had some really, really cool and potentially dangerous ideas that I've got. I entirely support him in. We've all seen the show. We probably shouldn't play with it. Yeah, exactly, says Johnny. Warm yourself with a saber. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. I could just be like keeping myself warm like this. Here's the thing, as my wife points out many times to me. Is it on full? I think it might be getting a little low because I play with it a little bit. Trying to do color. There you go. Look at that. I'm going to need some more gas for it too, actually. Yeah, it's getting a bit low. I play with it all the time. Don't tell Jane. She'll take it away from me. I'm watching all the Stargate Atlantis. I'm on season 1. Enjoy. Enjoy. It only gets better. Biggest piece of life advice to Daniel. Stay curious. Never stop learning, I guess. Those are the two things. I think those are probably the most important things in my life. That's what's kept me happy is that if there's always something to learn, there's always a reason to get up in the morning. You know what I mean? That would be mine. Canardian nerd problems. I feel ya. Yeah, isn't it? That's the thing is I was just listening to this Hawksley Workman song called It's Autumn, which is just basically this depressing song about what a lousy summer we had in Toronto and and that he hates autumn. Anyways, I'm watching all of Atlantis 2 with my daughter. Oh, very good. That's right. And bring in the younger crowd. Exactly. I was just watching Stargate folding laundry when I got the notification. Well, that's weird. That's just plain weird. I was going to rewatch Atlantis while I was working out, but I sprained my ankle to waiting to get better to start again. Oh, man. Injuries, that's the issue. I'm always sort of like, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, like, what happens What if so if you sprain your ankle, then you need to start doing some like, I don't know, can you do like arm exercises or something else or push-ups or something, sit-ups or something? I mean, like there's something you could do that wouldn't hurt the ankle? Because the concern is once you get off well, for me, once I'm off the treadmill, literally, or the elliptical as the case may be, or the torture device as I call it, it's done. I think it's an ADD thing. Like I think it's the fact that I have a light switch that's either now or never, like on or off. So either I'm dealing with something as soon as it shows up, or I'm afraid it just gets so easily lost. Which reminds me, I've got a bunch of coins that I've got to ship out because some very very kind people have bought a bunch of coins and I have not sent them out yet since I got back from France. So speaking of which, I will ask your advice on this too. I want to do something for Christmas. Like I want to sort of make some coins available for people for Christmas. That's these crazy Stargate inspired Tech Bandits coins. Let me grab one for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Where are they? Where did I put them? Is this them? This must be them. There they are. Okay. So here we go. I'm back. So I have these. I made these coins, which I originally I was just going to give to friends and stuff, but I bought way too many of them. But so it's a little Tech Bandits coin, and it has a little Stargate around the outside, and then on the other side it's got my little Tech Bandits word mark that the wonderful Jack Jasper did for me, and then it just sort of says, what does it say on the side? It says like lifelong learning or something like that. Yeah, really nice, metally, coiny stuff. Anyways, I've been selling those, and they, and unfortunately they're expensive. I mean, there's just no way around it because I'm etching a number on each one with a CNC, and I'm writing a little letter of authenticity, and I'm signing it, and I'm mailing it off, and everything. So it takes time, and it's just unfortunately it's not cheap. So they're like $50 to do that. I thought, well, for Christmas, maybe there's an easier way of doing this. And what if I just ship out just the coin without any of the other fancy stuff if people wanted to make that a little bit cheaper? But I don't know. Does that rip people off? I mean, they wouldn't have a number, so they wouldn't be as cool as the original ones that I was doing. But I just thought it might be a way for people to get them and have them for like, I don't know, Christmas presents or something like that. But anyways, just a thought. Oh, dang, Rebel Eye, just sprained mine. Oh, no, seriously, everyone's spraining their ankles. Stargate Reunion special would be awesome. Bring back all the cast for one last adventure. Yeah, wouldn't it? I'd love that. As it turns out, it sounds like we're all going to be in Basingstoke next year. There's a convention in Basingstoke. It's like somehow managed to get like everybody. I don't know how. God knows what they're charging because, yeah, it's literally like Amanda Tapping, Richard Dean Anderson, moi, and Taylor, fabulous Taylor, Beckett, yeah, it should be kind of fun. Love that idea. I'd buy one still. Yeah, so I thought I would just have knocked the price down a bit and just, I don't know whether people want the coins or whether they want the signature more, or whether it is the whole both combined thing. I mean, I just love the idea of having each one of these coins with its own little number on it. And what I've been doing is to friends and family, I give them without a number because I know they're not going to want to trade them or collect them or anything. So I just give them to friends like that. But to people who might be nerds like me who want to collect things, I've been putting numbers on them. But it, as I say, it's I love doing it. I got to say, my wife laughs at me because I'm like, I get so excited every single coin that I do because every single one I try something different to make the letters look better on my little CNC machine, which is right here, which you have to see. I love this thing. This is my little Saint Smart CNC. Oh my God, it's the coolest thing ever. It's this tiny little router thing that I can use to like etch stuff and cut things, and it's amazing. I got an even larger one right there, thanks to Jonathan MLH. These are all the things that the Tech Bandits can play with. In fact, Lord Chunky was in here playing with this stuff the other day. I did a live stream with him. So sending out the coin only would be okay. I didn't get the sign thing anyways, and I still like getting it. Oh, really? Janelle, what did you get? Sending out the coin only would be okay. I didn't get the signed thing anyways, and I still like getting it. I don't understand. Did you get one, or you got one that wasn't signed? You got it's not, I don't sign the coin. I sound like there's a little letter that it just says, it's silly, very silly, authentic letter of authenticity thing. My usual sarcastic approach to stuff. Oh man, living in a condo, I dream of having a workshop for all my ADHD hobbies. That's interesting, Cater. Because one of the things I started thinking about in my many threads of the life that I could have and could do with it is I wondered about, there's all these condos going up. I thought they should have makerspaces. They should have like a library-like makerspace there where kids who are living in the building can have a place to go. The old folks can come in and do some woodwork and stuff. I thought like someone should start a service where you set up makerspaces in I mean, they could be public spaces even. They could be for, I mean, they could be sort of like free to people and free to tenants, and maybe there's a charge for people who aren't tenants or something like that. But I just thought like we need more of these spaces. Everyone buys, like everyone goes off and buys their own 3D printer and hoards it away. And of course, my whole thing is like I can only use a 3D printer so much. Like why not have kids here using it if they can? Like I just feel like, there's so much fun in sharing this technology. That's why I do so this is why I do this Tech Bandit stuff at the community center. I'm doing one on Friday. We're going to do some escape rooms on Friday, which would be kind of cool. And I ordered a lock picking kit. I don't know why, but I just thought it'd be really funny to take a bunch of kids from the streets and show them how to do lock picking. It's one of those like hacker things that I think is just really cool. And it's just how these things work. And I always think it's just it's part of the whole escape room stuff, which I think would be kind of cool. My workshop is on our front balcony, and sadly, so during the Vancouver winter, I can't do much. Yeah, that's I mean that's as you say. I mean, there's not like an indoor garage or something you could use, little space, little parking spot or something you could use. When you love someone and you make eye contact, you heart synchronize. Really, is that true? I wonder if that's true or not. Oh my God, it's getting. I'm back again. I'm convinced that this is because of new Wi-Fi. It could be the weather. I don't know. This is interesting. I don't know what. It seems to be particularly bad today and of late. I have a router here, which I'm surprised should be making this all sweet, sweet, sweet. Are you on? Let's see if you're on. Are you on? I can't tell. Should there be a light on? I don't see much happening. Let's see a lot of activity there, kiddos. Have I unplugged it or something? That's really weird. I'm feeling like there may not be internet on this right now. That may be part of the set that router. See if it works. Here goes. Alrighty then. There we go. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, I have a feeling that my Ethernet connection may be in trouble. This is all so haphazard, I'm afraid. I ran an Ethernet cable from the house across the yard from the laundry room. I've only got one circuit for everything I have in here, which includes multiple CNCs, 3D printers, soldering stations, and power and PCs, and it's just ridiculous, and I've really got to sort this stuff out. And he's off. I'm off again. Is that it? Is it just me, or is it also lagging at your place too? No, I'm the lagging. I'm the lagging one for sure. Your first computer part of the Wi-Fi worked fine until you crossed the threshold in my bedroom, and it would just stop. Yeah, it's so weird. Wi-Fi has its own kind of little brain, its own little way of doing things. And he's off. Jim the Evo. Jim, it's so funny. I feel like whenever we run into each other online, I'm always having internet problems. You know why? Because whenever I'm online, I have internet problems. There's a canyon on Mars that's the span of US. Wow. See, these are the stats that are cool. These are the cool stuff about science. Okay, I'm getting kind of chilly. It's also really coming down out there. Wow. This is a winter wonderland. I've got a new book to read, thanks to Jim the Evo, but I haven't got to it yet, Jim. I'm still finishing my or James, I should say, James R. Gurney, Doc Prof, James R. Gurney. I still have a chunk of this Cyber Spies to get through, which I want to do, and of course I'll never get through it if I keep getting distracted by cool YouTube videos like that Niles Red densified wood thing. So everyone should check that out, by the way. I know you said it's great. I believe you. Madness and Memory, if anyone is interested. That's what it's called, Madness and Memory? Madness and Memory, that's what it's called? I didn't know that. Well, I thought it was a different one. Are we talking about a different book now? Vancouver natives hate me when I say this, but I miss Ontario snow. Oh, God, I don't. Every year, I go, why the hell do we live here? I mean, weirdly, Vancouver wasn't for me either. I have nothing against Vancouver. Just for some reason, it didn't feel like home to me. I'm not sure Toronto does either. I don't know. I mean, the way things are going right now, I think Jane and I are retiring to a farm in Warwickshire. I think that's where I'm going right now. I'll give it to you. If I could, I hate shoveling. I know, this is my thing, is I've said to my son, like, I'm too old to shovel now. It's you. It's on you. You got to do it now. But I don't think he believes me. I'm like, no, dude, like, my back, there's no freaking way. I'm too old for this stuff now. Yeah, Tyler, I'm well. You? Oh, there you go. I'm glad everyone's now there. Now everyone's now discussing things amongst themselves, their health. That's good. Yeah, we've got like some basically hail and rain happening now. The thing about this burn and learn stuff for me is just to try to do a little exercise every day. It's so ridiculous how little I'm doing and how much it hurts. But I just feel like I got to do something every single day. Why don't you heat your garage using some of your actor millions of Canadian dollars? It's a good point. Why don't I? Because you know why? Because I don't have the millions of dollars. That's why. Everyone assumes because you're famous, you're rich. I just love that. Not that I'm not even that famous. Yes, I spent a large sum of money getting my house fixed up. And in doing so, we fixed up the basement, which used to be my playground. And I now have two brilliant university students living down there who are my nieces. So this has been a sort of a last minute move outside. And I haven't, to be honest, it's one of those things I have not thought through very well, I'm afraid. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is I have a place to exercise. I have a space if I need to do some work. I can always go back inside. I'm always welcome there, and I'm always cozy and warm there. There's even a fireplace. And, oh, I should get a fireplace in here. What could go wrong? Dry ice, fireplaces. What else is going on here? What else got? McKay will always be famous for me. Good, eye nocturne. Keep it that way. It seems cold in there. Well, look. That's my breath. That's not just bad breath. That's cold. McKay was your favorite character? Good, Sean. Also mine. Do we have any other news to talk about? What else is happening that I should that we can discuss? My email of awesome awesomeness is out. I've been trying to share it on these Steam groups and stuff because I'd love to get some sort of feedback from real educators and stuff. Oh, I know what I should tell you about. I had the most fascinating discussion with a brilliant man by the name of John Mighton yesterday. And John Mighton is a friend of mine who I met let's just say lots of hair ago, doing a play called A Short History of Night, which was this brilliant, freaking awesome play about Johannes Kepler and his visit to see Copernicus and his discovery of the elliptical orbit of Mars. And it was a story. It's a historical fact that was turned into a play, and it was this very odd collection of people who were there at a very odd time in our human history where we were persecuting people for being witches and things. And I got to play this very young and very arrogant Spanish Inquisition kid who's wheeled in on a tricycle so that he could continue reading even while he was moving. It was just, God. Anyways, John Mighton did a brilliant job with this. The play was fantastic. And he was taking math. He'd gone back to university for math at the time, and I made some joke about, oh, me, silly me. I don't have the brains for math. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, people don't give up on walking because they're not good at it first go. Of course, you're not good at math unless you do it all the time. So we literally sat in a little rundown theater in Toronto doing a little indie play, and he walked me through a whole bunch of math, and he was one of the first people who made me realize that my interest in science was just as important as my interest in art, and that the two could live together and could potentially even, cross over at times. And he went on to get a PhD in mathematics. He does everything from string theory to all sorts of, I don't even know, stuff that I wouldn't even be able to tell. I wouldn't even be able to tell you what it is because I wouldn't understand. He also was so frustrated at the fact that everyone had this illusion, this myth of ability, that people were either math people or not math people, that he started an organization, a charity organization called Jump Math, which teaches teachers how to teach math in a way that the teachers understand and the kids understand, and that is based on scientific, actual scientific understanding. Like it's got a scientific base to it. Jesus, I can't even talk. My brain is freezing. I'm so cold. I'm actually beginning to shake. Anyways, I had this long chat with him. I am hoping to help them out a bit, get word out about this amazing stuff that they're doing. There's a lot of roadblocks in trying to come up with new approaches to math when governments and school systems are so archaic in the way they approach this stuff, or trying all these new things that aren't based on any kind of scientific fact. Or the other issue, of course, is you've got very, very big companies that own all the the textbooks that are going out to these schools. So, anyways, I'm really hoping I can help him out in some way with some of that stuff. And I'm Gimpy G's going to laugh at me, but I think I'm going to go back and start at grade 5 and start doing grade 5 jump math and just work up from there. Because the reality is, I never did math. I just never did it. I was a stubborn little jerk who thought he was going to be a famous actor and wanted to be Doctor Who, and I ended up being Dr. McKay, and which is just fine with me. And I didn't pay any attention to math. I didn't see any reason for it, and I hated it. I hated every second of it. It made me feel stupid. It just I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck going up, probably because I'm freezing to death, but also because the idea of math was always just made me panic, which is so weird because I went on and played all these geniuses who that's all they talked about was math and science and stuff. But the reality is I never had the background. I always had the interest. I've been like a lifelong learner my entire life. As I say, curiosity and lifelong learning are the two most important parts of my life and my personality and the joy that I get in being alive. But I don't have the school background. I'm a high school dropout, so I don't know what I know and what I don't know. So his suggestion was go back and just start at something like grade 5 and just work through and see where you're at. So I think I'm gonna give that a go, along with everything else that I plan on doing. I got a lot of plans. What is it? Plans that act are dreams? Yeah, keep going, kid. Math was definitely difficult, but it's all in the teacher, really. And this is my frustration, Janelle, is that I don't think our kids' education should be a luck of the draw. I don't think it should be about, I hope there's a good teacher this year. I mean, what the frack is that about? Why are we rolling the dice on this stuff? I mean, we should be teaching teachers and hiring teachers who know how to frickin' teach. There shouldn't be any bad teachers because there should be a system in place that teaches them how to be good teachers, and it should be based on scientific fact, not on whatever the current trend or fad is in education at the time. So that's my frustration. Math is my kryptonite. I loved science. Where's that? Let's go back. Loved science, and language is my superpower, but math was always a struggle. Well, what Rebel Time Lady? This is the beauty of math. It's basically a language anyways. Antonia liked math in school because we had a really good teacher. Exactly, yeah. Math was hard for me, but thankfully my dad is a math genius, so he would reteach me after school to help me do it. Yeah, so we've got this amazing, get this is so McKay. We hired an astrophysicist, university student, to help tutor Baz, because he was interested in math and physics. He has a teacher who he really struggles with. It sounds, I think it's fair to say she is a terrible teacher because he loves math and physics and he hates taking her class. And he gets very, very frustrated when he doesn't understand what's going on, and he gets very frustrated when, with the marking that she does and the way that he's being taught this stuff, and that breaks my freaking heart and makes me incredibly angry. Anyways, so I hired an astrophysicist, and they sit down, they talk about football and they like soccer, and because he's also a soccer guy. The guy's freaking great. He's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And they talk about that. They talk about physics. They talk about math, and they work through projects and questions that he's got, and as a result, he's doing much, much better, and he's loving it. Again, good teacher. That's it, But again, hello privilege. I got the, I'm the guy who can afford to come up with the money to pay extra to get some guy to help my kid out. I mean, that is not the way this should be. My kid's in a public school. We wanted him in public school. I wanted him in public school. I found private school a bit weird. I went to a private school. There's something, mine was kind of fabulous because it was all a bunch of nerds. But, but I did terribly at it. I mean, school was a disaster for me. And I think a big part of it is the curriculum that we're trying to teach. Anyways, this is something that I've gone on about a million times. I don't want to go on about it again. But I'm working on a pre-calculus textbook right now. Oh, sweet. That's why I think we should approach learning like you do with Tech Bandits. Giovanna, thank you. I mean, I don't teach anything though. That's my problem. But I feel like there's enough resources. There are enough resources out there that if we can get kids inspired, I don't just mean kids. I mean kids of all ages, frankly. You know what I mean? All of us, like the the dum-dums like me who are like, I don't understand math. I love science, and the more I get into the science, the more I want to understand the math behind it because it helps me understand the math. It helps me understand the science better. Once you are excited about something, once you are inspired by something, you want to learn it. And here's the other thing that I think is a big mistake, is we're trying not to make learning hard. Learning is hard. It's not learning if it's not hard. There is some work involved in this. It's not an innate thing. It's not like you try it once and go, oh my God, he's a math genius. It's not Goodwill Hunting, for God's sake. That's not how it works. You know, there's the reason it feels so good to learn something is because it's hard to do, and you just need to love it enough to want to do that. And I think that's really what I'm trying to get across is that there's so many crazy, cool, exciting things out there that we could be learning, and that kids could be. My God, if they started now at the age that I wanted to be Doctor Who, they'd be they'd be Dr. James Gurney right now. You know what I mean? Like, just think about the stuff they would be doing if they got into it the way. I was so excited about this stuff as a kid, but I didn't realize that the things I was playing with, like the old TV sets and the electronics and the chemistry sets and stuff, all that silly stuff I was doing after school, which I thought was me playing and wasting time, was learning. But I never made that connection between what I was doing there and what I was doing in school, and I want to make sure that other kids don't miss out on that. Anyways, I think the problem is that we were taught to fear mathematics and not to love it because they always thought of nerds and people who didn't have fun. Yeah, it's got a bad rap for sure. I'm learning with them, absolutely, Giovanna. I mean, Tech Bandits is not about me teaching anyone anything. It is about me learning with a bunch of kids. I mean, because frankly, they're going to be ahead of me on all this stuff. Like, for example, we've got these escape mail packages. I bought like 5 of these escape mails. Which is just basically an envelope that shows up with a bunch of instructions and some QR codes, and you scan them on your phone, and you have to solve the mystery. I have not done them. I have purposely not done them because I'm like, no, I want to do it with them. I want to be just as much of a problem as they are with this stuff. And then I also got the lock picking stuff because I just thought that was kind of cool, and I just thought there might be some kids who want some more, hands-on stuff. So I'm hoping that will be available for them on Friday when I go in, but we'll see. Hey, Easy Sparky, how are you, man? Also want to become a family physician. Wow, that'd be great. We need them. God knows we need them, especially in Canada. I kind of have to work against a learning disability regarding math, sadly. My teachers saw my high marks in other classes and thought I was being lazy with math. That's the 80s and 90s for you. Yeah, well, that's Rebel Time Lady. That was my experience as well. I was always told that I need to try harder. There's only so much. If you crush a kid by telling them they're lazy and they're not working hard enough when they're struggling with stuff, and over and over again, when my son gets frustrated about stuff or frustrated with himself on stuff, I'm like, dude, if you don't understand it, then that's the frickin' teacher's problem. Because reality is, their job is to make this stuff accessible to you. That's literally their job. And obviously I will help any way I can. But he's in grade 11 now. The math he's doing is far, far beyond me for the most part. There's certain things I can get, but for the most part, he's way, way, way ahead of me. Anyways, look, I really am getting my fingers are getting like a little white cold. I actually got frostbite years and years ago. I was in my 20s, I guess, and I was doing a film, and we went outside, and we were doing this little scene with the family, and I was supposed to be throwing snowballs around, and we are doing them, doing the snowballs with just the hands instead of the gloves, because you get a nice, good packed up snowball. And I did that for a little while, and we did this scene for a few times, and then I went in, and I'm like, oh God, and I'd frozen all the tips of my fingers, and painful. The problem is, of course, that you never really get the nerves back. So, the circulation. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm sure James Argurney can tell us. But so I don't. So my fingers freeze very quickly. They get very. Yeah. I'm gonna go warm up. We are not worth frostbite. Damn right you are. Thanks for freezing with us. You are. Oh my God, I'm slurring. Yes, I think between being frozen, I'm like a frozen sweatsicle at this point. Oh God, what a horrible term. I'm a sweatsicle, a nerdy sweatsicle. Everyone. Thank you very much. As always, please go to techbandits.org. Sign up for the email of awesomeness. Check out the site too, actually, while you're there. But definitely sign up for Tech Bandits email of awesomeness. I think you'll enjoy it. There's always something fun there. And as I say, you don't even have to read it because I read it for you now. So until we geek again, I will say be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Huzzah and cheerio and frutillio is probably more like it. Bye.